All right, what's going on, y'all? Shawn here, Back to Basics Fitness with Shawn. It is Sunday, December the 28th, 2025. That means we have the 29th, 30th, 31st, and then on the fourth day, it will be January 1st, 2026. 2026 is almost here. Now, I was thinking about this earlier today when I was at church. In a lot of senses, it's just the first of the year is just gonna be another year. And another day. And every day after that is gonna just be another day, not really much different than the days before. But we already know that when the year turns around and when we go into a new year, we feel different. We feel that something has changed. Now, technically, what happens is, that signifies that we've kind of gone around the sun, a full revolution. I think is what you call it, not a rotation, but a full revolution. But you feel the difference. You feel the hope. You feel the motivation. You probably even feel it now. You feel like, man, it's a new year coming. I got to get it right. I got to do whatever. I got to do this stuff. This is a new year. If you are seeking to lose weight, specifically, like I always like to be, if you're seeking to lose fat and you've been unsuccessful at losing fat, let me tell you something. And the sooner that you recognize this, the sooner that you accept it, the sooner you'll be able to stop spinning your wheels and actually being that lean person you desire. Because really ask yourself this: do I want to be lean, trim, fit? Do I really want to be? Like, do I really want to be? Do I really want to be? And be honest with yourself. Sometimes maybe we think we want to be, but then we don't really want it. And you have to ask yourself this because I don't think that any of us sets a goal with the intent of never reaching it. So you have to be honest with yourself and see if you really want whatever it is you're seeking, if you really want the weight loss, if you really want the fat loss. Like I say, I always specify fat loss in particular because I think it's important for us to understand that fat is not the only thing that we see on the scale. It's bone, it's muscle, it's organs, it's the food that's inside of our bodies that we've eaten or that we haven't gotten rid of as waste. It's all of that. So you really got to specify the weight that you're wanting to lose is fat. Now, the sooner you accept what I'm about to tell you, the quicker you can go ahead and lose the weight, become that healthier, slimmer, more fit version of yourself. And what I want to tell you is that it's your diet. It is your diet. It's your diet. It's your diet. The reason why I say this is because I know for a fact there's a lot of people out there for whom the exercise part is not necessarily your issue. Even if you're a beginner, a lot of times anybody can pretty much go and do a class for, kind of start a class or get a gym membership. If you live in the US, then that means you most likely live a typical American lifestyle in the sense of like the way that you work, the way that you move your body, stuff like that. We live in a very technological age. We live in an age of in some ways unprecedented convenience that's only increasing. And so we don't have to walk long distances anywhere. We don't really have to do much of anything physical. We don't have to. And so that's cool on one hand, but it comes with the consequence of making us sedentary, which our bodies really still are not adapted to. They're not designed for that. But what that means in the context of what I'm talking about is that because our lifestyles are such that you have to kind of find ways to move, it becomes harder to like live a lifestyle that's active 24/7. You can find ways like maybe being a farmer, who doesn't use a lot of equipment. But the reason why I'm saying this is because most of what's going to make an impact on your weight is going to be what you eat. And there's a lot of people out there, this may be you, may not be you, but there's a lot of people out here who are exercising. You're consistent with exercise. And yet you are not seeing any results because the way that you eat is sabotaging your results. Excuse me. The way you eat is sabotaging your results. It's preventing you, literally keeping you from being able to get any results whatsoever. So you go on and you hope that one day the exercise is going to make a difference, and it's just not, and it just won't. As long as you keep on doing that, it is your diet. It's your diet. It's your diet. It is your diet. Accept that. Sometimes you have people they're doing a lot of jogging, so, and if you were to just do the right kind of eating, then it would reveal all of your hard work underneath, and you would be just, ripped and just lean and looking really good. But your diet is sabotaging your efforts. Okay. Now, I'm always gonna put this in there too. The thing with diet is not just the weight part either. It's really the health part. Okay. The diet that sabotages most of us and keeps us from getting results with the way that we exercise is also very unhealthy. Literally, it's not giving your body what it needs. So it can lead to disease. Okay. Diets that are very high in ultra processed foods, devoid in foods that are dense in nutrients, and various other things that are helpful to the body. And when you do that for a while, it causes you to gain weight. It causes you to gain weight rapidly. It causes the weight to seem stubborn, like it doesn't want to come off of you. It leads to all these things, but it also leads to poor health as well. So I don't want to take away from that because that's really the main issue. Okay. That these foods are destroying the body. And then they lead to excess weight, which in and of itself is harmful because of the effect on hormones, because of the effect on joints, because of the effect on inflammation levels. Okay. So it's your diet. If you really want results, you have to pay attention to your diet. And I want to say this going in because a lot of people go and join the gym. A lot of people going to join one of these, boutique gyms where, like I do Peloton, I do one of these group gym things or whatever. A lot of that stuff would be great. But if you did those with a cleaner diet, then you would see the results of your efforts. Okay. Now, if you were totally sedentary and you're starting out on the exercise program, then you're going to see some level of results, even if you don't change your diet. Okay. And that is until you kind of get back to like a equilibrium. Okay. Because your body is always kind of seeking to kind of have like a set point, like where it kind of operates from. Okay. But a lot of people they're going to go to the gym, they're going to go join a class or something like that, and they're not going to see anything. They're going to get frustrated, and then they're going to stop working out. But it's because of the diet part. Now, why is it that so many of us can go exercise, um, you know, but then we have a hard time changing our diets? And I believe the reason for that is because we're addicted to the foods that we're eating. The foods that we eat are very highly addictive. They are, sugar is a drug. You know, there's other things in foods that tend to make it addictive. It makes foods highly satiating, highly appealing, and so therefore like you crave them unnaturally. And that makes food like an addictive drug. So what you and I have to do is we really have to nab that. We have to nab that part because this is what's causing us to do the exercise part, but not the eating part. and then we just kind of perpetually are losing. We're perpetually failing because the food has a hold on us. Now, I'm saying this the way I'm saying it because I know it from my own experience. And even now, especially holiday time, you eat highly satiating foods and cakes and cookies and other rich foods and whatnot. And it can be tempting to kind of eat that stuff all the time. But the point that I want to make is you have to address your diet to get results, to get the body that you want, to get the health that you want. You have to do those things. You have to do that. There's no going around that. So in order for you to be able to change your diet, like I said, a lot of the reason that we don't change our diet is because we really like the foods we like because they're addictive. And the only way to deal with those addictions is we have to address them at the root. Okay. Now, I'll just briefly talk about this and I'll get off of here. Well, one way that I found that does help is fasting. Okay. Whether that be fasting from that food alone or fasting in the true sense of the word, which is abstaining from food, and just maybe just drinking water for a period of time. And I'm going to do that here soon. Lord help me. But because what happens is when you give your body a chance to kind of like just detach away from that particular food or substance or whatever, then what happens is your body is able to reset. It's able to reset. Okay. And that food, that craving, it loosens its hold on you. It like loosens its grip. Then, whenever you finish, you no longer have that craving, or at least it's very significantly reduced. And you literally would have to force yourself to consume that thing again, um, to go back to eating it or drinking it or whatever it is. But anyway, I'm saying all this to say, y'all, I want you to be successful in 2026. I want you to reach your goals. I don't want you to kind of keep on doing this same thing over and over again, weeks, days, months, years, decades. I don't want you to keep on failing. I don't. And so I challenge you to do whatever you need to do to make this year successful. You are able. You just have to make a choice. And once you decide, then you got it. Okay. And so I have a 30-day challenge, which I have entitled a Jumpstart Fat Loss Challenge. 30 days. I give you the eating strategies. I give you the video workouts that you can do at home, at the gym, at the park. You may not want to do it at the park because it's winter time, but I give you the eating strategies. I give you the workouts, the video workouts. I give you a cardio schedule, very basic cardio schedule. That's more so formed around consistency rather than anything else because consistency is the key. I give you these things that you follow for 30 days to jumpstart your fat loss. Okay? 30 days is you lock in and give your body what it needs. Give your body the fat loss that you've been desiring, but not just that you desire, but that you need to be at optimal health. Okay? 30 days. If you purchase before this year is out, it's only $49. Okay? Before it goes up. Why? Because I want to encourage you to go ahead and get started rather than waiting till the year starts because it shows how much more it shows you that much more serious. Okay. If you use the QR code, to the it'll take you to the challenge where you can I'm sorry, I'm doing two things at once. Where you can purchase the challenge, okay? But here, and I'm going to link to it. Sorry, give me a second here. All right. So here is the link. Well, can I post it in the chat? It won't let me post in the chat for some reason. Okay, yeah, it's not letting me post in the chat, so I have to post it later. But I challenge you, do this. You got it. If you will commit yourself You can lose the fat. Can you do 30 days? These 30 days, I'm sorry. These can be the beginning of the rest of your fit, healthy life. But you have to address your diet. You have to. You have to. If you don't, you are only fooling yourself. So let me say it again. If you engage in the exercise program, that's great. But if you engage in the exercise program and you don't address your diet, you're fooling yourself. You're not going to get results, or at least you're not going to get many results. You're only addressing one facet of your health when you exercise it, and it's good. But if you need to lose the weight, you need to lose the weight, and you can't do it without adjusting your diet to a healthier diet. It doesn't mean that you can't have some of the things that you want ever again, but it does mean that you're going to have to be disciplined with those things. But I'm telling you, if you'll just lock in for a period of time, when those cravings break, then you're not going to crave them like that anymore. Okay? I hope somebody heard me. I'm gonna let you guys go. Will you accept the challenge? I'm gonna post it in the comments, but you got to address your diet. You got to address your diet. All right, y'all. That's enough. Y'all have a great evening wherever you are.